You ever wonder what's up there?
Like what?
Maybe someone up there was wondering what it's like here.
I guess. Do you think we'll ever meet them?
I hope so. Don't you?
Do you think we'll ever meet them?
I think we lost him.
Not yet. Rated M for mature.
Advertisements are the reason that a lot of people go out and buy products in the first place. That much is just a fact, whether it's trailers for movies or for games, or it's because some commercial that you saw. Something makes you want to buy that product. What you just saw was the trailer for Halo 3 Starry Night. Halo 3 is well known for having really good advertisements, and I think they're some of my favorite advertisements of all time. It's really important, in my opinion, for a lot of people to look at advertisements and why they're so important. Obviously, not just for the sole reason of marketing purposes and trying to sell a product to somebody else, but why do you like that advertisement in the first place? Is it the music that the video enacts while playing, or is it because it's something that you just really like a really popular IP that you're into or something, maybe something really obscure? What is it that makes ads so beautiful and interesting when they're actually done really well? That's kind of what I want to do a video on today. I have an infatuation with advertisements and music and games, stuff like that. We'll probably do that in a later video too. So we're just going to go ahead and start talking about that. Starry Night is such a good advertisement because the first thing that you see is two kids. You have no idea what this trailer or commercial is going to be about when you first see it come on. Instead, it's just two kids talking to each other out in the middle of a field, living out their childhood together. And then all of a sudden, it cuts to the future. It could very well be foreshadowing that maybe one of those kids was John, or this is just an area where two kids who used to have a lot of fun here is now brittled with war, covered with alien forces up against the humans fighting for their lives. You know, here's Master Chief. The very first time ever, he's holding this strange device. Nobody knows what it is. And he throws down a bubble shield. There's shit tons of wraiths firing in his direction. And he plops it down, and it covers the shot. And it's fucking awesome. A great way in the trailer to show off one of the abilities in-game. And then, familiar sounding, but still kind of new music starts to play as Master Chief starts charging the enemy's position. And boom, Halo 3 right there. People knew that fucking game was gonna be awesome. One of the best things I think a trailer can do is start off by giving off an aura of mystery right in the very beginning, just like it does with the two kids. You have no idea what's gonna happen, and then here's Master Chief out here in the middle of a battlefield. You did not remotely expect it to be a Halo 3 advertisement. And like a lot of times when you see trailers or things, it'll be like, oh, well, this was made by Legendary Pictures, or this was made by this game dev, or the makers of these games, because a lot of people know that those companies have track records, for instance. But there's just something so unique about two kids out in the middle of the field and then cutting to the future of what their lives have essentially probably turned into. For all we know, they could be on that very battlefield fighting where they used to be standing at, just like Master Chief was in the cutscene. It's a trailer that does really good visual storytelling, showing you everything that happened over time in the blink of an eye. It almost gives off this immediate feeling of, oh, so when I get onto this battlefield, I'm going to be fighting to restore the lives of those who used to live here. The aliens came, and they completely fucked up all this peace that we used to have. A lot of nice people used to really live here. There was just kids who sat out here in the open field looking up at the starry night. But now here, there's several rays firing in our direction, and brutes are coming all our way. That's what makes a beautiful advertisement. But that's not the only thing that makes a really good advertisement. There's tons of things that make really good advertisements, of course. Here's another one of my absolute favorites right here.
Decisions used to be easy, huh? what time to get up, what to wear, where to go. Now, it's a bit different. Could you tell friend from foe? Could you kill? Could you do worse? If a loved one was infected, could you do the right thing? Could you put your life on the line for me? The way I would for you. Could you be the last of us?
Only on PlayStation 3.
In the event that the world were to turn all the way upside down in the matter of days, sometimes you just don't know what to do in that situation. Everything seems so simple until it's not. If the world were crumbling, could you kill people that you needed to kill in order to protect yourself or others around you? Of course, the obvious answer on your mind might be yes, but truthfully, when you're put in a situation like that, you don't really know until you're actually in it. In The Last of Us, there's a lot of very, very emotional decisions that you'll go throughout the game that you don't really want to make because you feel for the characters and what they're going through. The trailer does an excellent job of capturing that exact same feeling by watching Joel over time get older and older and more decrepit from the bad decisions that he's made. You can see the things that he's been through ever since life turned upside down. The music does a really, really good job capturing the vibe that would come with being in a post-apocalyptic situation. Obviously, you're not going to listen to something upbeat. You're not going to listen to something that sounds really good or really chill. It's really sad. And honestly, a lot of people are only really going to know how to play stringed instruments. It's all that's really going to come in handy. And when you're not going to have technology working in an environment like that anyway, an acoustic guitar is probably going to be a go-to. So why not use an acoustic guitar to fit the setting? The trailer makes note, are you able to tell friend from foe? Well, would you really be able to do that? Some people that you might know really, really well in the normal life now, in an apocalyptic situation, might turn on you for their own financial benefit. Here's a spoiler, but at the end of the game, Joel kills a doctor who says he has the cure for the virus that's going on in the entire game, and Ellie could be the key to do that, but the only way to do that is by sacrificing her life. He doesn't know whether or not that's true, and the scientists obviously think it could or could not work, but from the perspective of the first game, all you know is either you kill them and save people, or you kill them and you don't, or you save her and you don't. And you go with the decision to save her life because she's someone you deeply care about. And honestly, even if you were able to cure her anyway, or kill her off anyway and a cure was made, it's not likely that the world will be in a good place in order for that cure to go widespread and things to go back to normal. That's it. That was the one chance the world had, and they were a little too late. The trailer intrigues you and actually makes you ask more questions other than like, what's going to happen in another post-apocalyptic world? Instead, it uses one of its songs from its beautiful soundtrack and shows Joel over time aging terribly to show you how much of a toll the apocalypse has actually taken on his life. And with that being said, we'll now be moving on to the next trailer.
August 4th, 1964. Bureau agents discover the oldest house investigating an altered world event case in the New York City subway tunnels. It's a place of power. From the outside, it looks like an ordinary building, a brutalist skyscraper. But inside, it breaks the laws of our reality, unstable, mad, shifting. There are rooms in the building where other dimensions leak in. We call these rooms thresholds. There is a connection between our minds and the unknown, often hostile forces intruding on our world. These forces gravitate toward everyday objects, a gun, a television, a house with a reputation of being haunted. So somehow, we affect these events. We're holding the key, but we don't have a clue on how to use it. We're dealing with dangerous, unknown forces here. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point, or just a necessary evil in this? We're on a mission to find answers to these questions. Or die trying. This is Zachariah Trench, the director of the Federal Bureau of Control.
The trailer of Control. Talk about a game shrouded in mystery. All you know is that for some reason, objects or something in this world has some kind of powers, and everything is controlled by specific individuals with these powers. That's about all the trailer says to you. It doesn't show you any gameplay or give you a general idea of what the gameplay will really be about, and it's narrated by the director of some corporation that you don't know anything about that dies at the very beginning of the game. You don't even really see the main character of the game, and the developers go as far as saying that this trailer was meant to be seen as more of like a nature documentary. Everything going on in this game is interesting and unique, you know? It's kind of like a rainforest. Everything here is different. It's not the norm. People who come here and see this weird building that looks normal on the outside will go in seeing something completely different on the inside. It's not quite clear what that is, but the music in the background the entire time is giving off an eerie feeling that it might be something kind of dark. I've actually never played Control myself, and the only thing I can say after watching this trailer myself for the first time for this video is that it certainly has me pretty intrigued, and I kind of want to play the game myself. What is the director talking about? Why are there so many dead bodies? What's up with the weird shapes of some of the rooms going in spirals? This is just another example of a really great trailer showing that you don't have to shove exposition in the face of the people watching in order to get your point across. You can make people want to buy something by showing them something that intrigues them in a much different way. This trailer doesn't even really tell you generally just about anything that's happened in the game. All you know is that it's some guy talking about some interesting building in a weird wildlife documentary style. Nothing else. And honestly, I think the trailer was best for it because it comes off as a mystery or a thriller that you want to solve. And that's the types of things that hook you into games with trailers like this that don't need gameplay. And now I think it's time for the last trailer of this video. Alright, look. This reveal might be stretching it just a little bit because it's more of a DLC trailer than it is like a game trailer, but come on. This reveal was awesome for anyone who watched it live. For big fans of Final Fantasy or just Final Fantasy VII in general, this was a huge deal. And it still starts off with a beautiful mystery in the beginning. For those who may not remember the bombing run theme or something like that, you know, it's very sudden. You just know, oh, it's gonna be Smash Bros. 4 DLC. That's what it's gonna be, I guess. If you watched it live, you didn't even know it was gonna be Smash DLC until right before they revealed what game they were talking about. It does a really great job at recreating the intro of the game using the black and white sky, just like it does in the original reveal of Midgar in the original game. A lot of people played the game many years ago, so a lot of people probably didn't immediately recognize the music. It sounds immediately familiar, but mysterious enough to keep you guessing on what you're about to see. And there he is, in all of his glory, Cloud Strife. Looking great for Smash 4, considering the Wii U did not look that great graphical detail-wise. and starts the classic theme, Let the Battles Begin, the theme that plays every time you start a battle with normal enemies. The trailer is a really good showcase of showing off Cloud's moveset while also keeping it familiar to his original game, with things like Limit Break, Climb Hazard, and even Omni Slash. Say what you will about the Wii U or Smash 4 or anything like that, but Sakurai himself has a really awesome ability to get cool characters like this in this game, and that's why I absolutely love playing it every once in a while. And of course, you couldn't end the Final Fantasy VII trailer without having the victory theme, of course, the classic victory theme whenever you win a battle. There's a remix of it in every Final Fantasy game from 1 through 10, I don't know about any of the modern games really, but it's there at the end, and it's the most classic version that everyone remembers. And, of course, it has a bit of a silly reveal with Chocobo Mii costumes, which is kind of fun, because Mii's in Smash, it's a pretty interesting way for them to do custom characters, considering Mii's were a thing from the Wii that everyone remembers. And that'll just about do it. Honestly, thanks a lot again for watching my videos. Really, it means a lot for any of you who are new and or friends of mine that might be checking the stuff out to help support me. I seriously appreciate all of the views and likes, comments, anything you guys leave, you know, subscribers, whatever. It's super, super appreciative, because this is the thing that I'm very passionate about. You know, I spend a lot of my own free time working on this stuff, and all of the animation that I do, just like in the bottom corner as like the mid-screen sprites or whatever, that took a lot of time to figure everything out, to get like the mouths moving the way I do now. But thankfully, now that I have everything figured out the way that I do, I should actually be able to produce like videos a lot faster and still looking a lot nicer. Anyway, I hope you guys appreciate the new outro and a lot of the new things I've been doing with the channel lately. I'm trying to do everything I can to make the content look as best and be as nice as possible. I know I'm not like the most resourceful guy when it comes to a lot of this information, but I do the absolute best I can to try and still be entertaining with what I have. So honestly, thanks again for watching the video.